due to getting a perfect son, according to his desire, King Nabi was always overwhelmed with transcendental bliss and was very affectionate to his son. It was with ecstasy and a faltering voice that he addressed him, "My dear son, my darling." This mentality was brought about by Yogamaya, whereby he accepted the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Father, as his own son. Out of his supreme goodwill, the Lord became his son and dealt with everyone as if he were an ordinary human being. Thus, King Nabi began to raise his transcendental son with great affection, and he was overwhelmed with transcendental bliss, joy, and devotion. The word Maya is used in the sense of illusion. Considering the Supreme Personality Godhead to be his own son, Maharaj Nabi was certain illusion, but this was transcendental illusion. This illusion is required. Otherwise, how can one accept the Supreme Father as his own son? The Supreme Lord appears to the son of one of his devotees, just as Lord Krishna appeared as son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. These devotees should never think of their son as the Supreme Personality. These devotees could never think of their son as the Supreme Personality Godhead, for his appreciation would hamper the relationship with paternal love. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vaishnavadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we are talking about something called transcendental illusion. Now there is one illusion we are all aware of, and we are all in the grips of that, is that the material energy looks very attractive, and we start developing an attitude of dominance and control over that. So the very material energy is an illusion. Our desire to control and enjoy is an illusion, and even our relationship with that is an illusion. So material energy illusion in the sense that it looks attractive, but there is nothing attractive in one sense. But we cannot deny the variety. Just like hand and head is there. Now both of them are different. Mayavadis, they try to deny the material variety, but we can't deny. It's a fact. It's like if you give a Mayavadi nice food to eat, he mixes it up because he doesn't accept variety somehow. Jagat mithya. Moment he accepts the variety, he can't say Jagat is mithya. He gets stuck somehow. So they try to deny variety in this world. They try to deny. But and even Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, even though this world is so much varieties and is created by me, but I am not here. I am beyond this world. I am beyond. So Krishna is beyond this world. He is in Vaikuntha, having sweet pastime with his devotees. And this world is not different from him at the same time. There is Achintya Bheda Veda philosophy. It is a Bheda because energy cannot be separated from energetic. At the same time, energetic stands independent of the energy. Okay? But in the spiritual world, material world, there is an illusion in the sense you look at the material energy as attractive. It's not. This variety has no meaning. It's just a shadow of the real variety. Then I develop an attitude to enjoy the material energy, which causes all the problem. And very relationship we develop in this enjoyment with the material energy, entanglement, that's where the illusion becomes more and more amplified. In the spiritual world, there is transcendental illusion. There is also illusion there, that is called Yogamaya. And material world is called Mahamaya. Mahamaya means basically this is what it does. Stages it, entangles it completely. But transcendental energy, what happens? I feel I am the father of Krishna. It's an illusion actually. That is called transcendental illusion. And I develop a tendency in a very that mood. And I feel Krishna needs my protection. Krishna needs my care. So King Nabi is there becoming attached to Rishabhadeva. It is all auspicious. And when you get attached to this world, anything in this world, it is all inauspicious. Imagine the pleasure he is having in dealing with the Supreme Lord as his own son. Just like Krishna gave that pleasure to Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda. Similarly, he is also having a pleasure. He was overwhelmed with bliss. My dear son, my darling, he used to address. So that is not illusion, it's a fact. It's not a material illusion, it's a transcendental illusion. And transcendentally is eternally a fact. Eternally Krishna remains your child. But at the same time, Krishna is the Supreme Father. So therefore, it is called a transcendental illusion. And everything is auspicious in being a transcendental illusion. But many times what happens, the people in this world get trapped. They feel that even though I am in Mahamaya, material illusion, I am in Yogamaya. It's very easy, that is called Sahajiya. What is Sahajiya? Sahajiya we can define like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to express such heavy symptoms, many times. Prabhupada doesn't write any purport. What to write? It's so advanced. Just hear with faith, he says. And then he writes an elaborate purport explaining. He said, just understand this one point. That the experience of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is from the heart. But sometimes it may be gymnastic of the mind, which an ordinary man can take as an emotion from the heart. This is called Sahajiya. You get convinced, even we feel. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he saw the deities, he felt unlimited bliss, so much bliss he fainted. Correct? Same experience can be created by material illusion. If you want. Maya can give the same kind of you got it? Sahajiya is what happens to them. Just like when you look at the deities and you pray, and a pure devotee prays, tears are rolling down his eyes and he's praying. Metal energy can create a similar duplicate effect. But actually it has not come from the core of the heart. It has only come from just like actors, actresses are there, no? What happens to them? When they say, they can in any instance cry. Correct? So similarly, for a devotee, because he is wanting it cheap, he is getting cheated. He gets it through the mind without actually completely purifying the soul and that emotion coming from the core of the heart. The soul calling out for the Lord, my Lord. Same experience can be created by the mind. But a devotee should know his position. Therefore, nectar of devotion is there very situated. And know that this emotion has come. Therefore, nectar of devotion talks about shadow emotion and real emotion in spiritual life. Many people have an experience of Krishna consciousness which is a shadow of what actually a pure devotee experiences for the same thing. But we take the shadow as a real thing. Okay? I'm not saying shadow is also in one sense auspicious. There's nothing wrong. Nama Aparada, Nama Bhasa and Shuddha Nama. But somebody can take Nama Bhasa as a Shuddha Nama. Correct? In every aspect of spiritual life it can be like that. So therefore it's a very deep science. The person has to be under the care of a pure devotee. He has to carefully know that it doesn't do sahajism in spiritual life. And not only ordinary, big people, 30, 40 years, maybe whole life in Krishna consciousness, slip for it. It's not easy to discriminate also. Needs a pure devotee can discriminate. No, we have that famous instance, we say. Prabhupada was in Vrindavan and he was chanting in the Veneta. One person came, Govinda, Gauranga, and he started rolling in the ground and everybody, oh my God, so much bliss. Correct? Prabhupada did not look at that. Spot. This is shadow. Can immediately spot. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he saw the devotee of Sri Ranganatha. Correct? We should read that pastime when he go there. We should read that pastime. Correct? When he saw what happened to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, said, people were laughing, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could detect this is a real symptom of bliss in it. Even though he doesn't know anything. Immediately Chaitanya Mahaprabhu detected this is a real symptom. And he said, yes, you've actually understood Bhagavad Gita. But other people could not understand. What they were thinking as a shadow was real, and what is real is shadow. It's not easy to discriminate. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu once came when he was a trip to Vrindavan and he was dancing ecstatically. One man also came and started dancing with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after the kirtan was over, said, how is this possible? You are having such ecstasy of Krishna consciousness. Who is your guru? He said, my guru is Madhavendra Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, yes, only then this is possible. Because this ecstasy and bliss of Krishna consciousness was brought down by Madhavendra Puri on earth. Correct? It did not, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said it is not possible otherwise. Because real thing and the abhasa look same. The shadow and the real thing in spiritual life look same. It is very difficult to discriminate. Not easy to discriminate. Correct? Sometimes what happens in the kirtan also, somebody may be dancing. But when Prabhupada dances and when we dance, we should know there is a great deal of difference. When Prabhupada is dancing, it's like whole universe is shaking in the bliss of Krishna consciousness. Correct? The whole heart is pure love of Krishna. Waves are shaking. When we are dancing, it's sometimes a bile. You know, that is a liver produces bile. And a beat increases the speed and bile produces. Just like in the marriage hall they dance. Marriage hall, how everybody dances. So therefore, it's true, Prabhupada said as a sadhana also we can dance, but it should not be artificial also. Now, Prabhupada said anybody chants and dance, you will feel bliss. When a devotee is in America are planning this, because the people are very attracted to yoga in America. People are very attracted to yoga. So they said we will do like this yoga. They say, Hare, jump, right leg, left leg up. Like that, make it like that. Prabhupada started laughing. Prabhupada, yes. Anybody chants and dance, he'll feel bliss. That's the process is so simple. So simple. Yes, so that is there. That is very nice. Okay? But you should understand the principle properly is that it is not easy to discriminate between shadow and reality. Actually, at this stage, what you are practicing, it's all shadow. Now, we are not in the Shuddha Nama, honestly, all of us. We are on the Nama Bhasa. Nama Bhasa means shadow. What you are experiencing is shadow of Krishna consciousness. But that also is very powerful. It is so powerful, it can burn all our karma away. All Papa karma can burn away, even by the shadow of the holy name. That's what Haridas Thakur said, no? When at the house of Hiranya and Govardhan Majumdar, they were discussing and they said that holy name is so powerful that anybody chants the holy name of the Lord, what is going to happen? All the karma will be washed, Papa karma will be washed away, he can get moksha, like that. He'll get complete peace of mind. Haridas Thakur said that is not Shuddha Nama, that Nama Bhasa. Shadow can do that. So shadow is also very powerful, very powerful. It's not that when we are chanting, we are feeling some happiness. It is not, it's a great thing. This can destroy all the Papa karma. Prabhupada says when we are chanting and we are feeling happiness in Krishna consciousness, tons and tons of Papa karma is getting washed at that time. You should know that, correct? Tons and tons means millions of lives of Papa karma is getting washed just by the process of the Harinama. It's an extremely fortunate thing to be able to participate in Harinama. At the same time, we should know that we are situated in what is called, we are situated in the path of perfection. Correct? That is the famous path of perfection. We are situated on the path of perfection. We are situated on the process of perfection, but we are not perfect now. In perfect stage, you can't even chant Hare and you faint. You have to hold yourself. It's another transcendental situation where a person is in pure Krishna consciousness, which is great fortunate condition. So here Maharaj Nabi is feeling pleasure and relating to his son. We also feel pleasure related to our son. Just like we have a small child, we are talking, playing, we also feel pleasure. Anybody feels pleasure. But This is transcendental illusion and this is material illusion. Material illusion, transcendental illusion, there is a great difference. And in transcendental pleasure, in the beginning stages, there is a shadow experience, which is much different than the real experience, which comes in a completely purified stage. We should be conscious of. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.